On today's Live Daily News, a new Texas Trust Credit Union location and a fast food joint are opening soon, and repaving on North Chadbourne finally starts next week. Also, what the weekend's weather will look like. All that and more. I'm Yandis Green, and this is Live. We'll get to those stories in just a bit, but first, business in 2024 requires a reliable, fast internet connection. And when San Angelo Live launched this live streaming video content initiative, we found Conterra Networks. We've been streaming this news via Conterra's 1 gig up and 1 gig down fiber internet for the past 18 months, and it rocks. Conterra Networks provides access to a business-oriented network. We require serious internet to broadcast live to 5 major platforms like YouTube and Facebook. If you're in business, you're serious like us. Call Todd Smith at Conterra Networks to get serious about your internet. That's at 325-716-8340. That's ConterraNetworks.com. Todd Smith, 325-716-8340. In news, as we have exclusively reported, Texas Trust Credit Union in San Angelo is on the verge of opening its newest location on FM 2288 and Drexel Drive near that new H-E-B grocery store. The new location is set to open for business Monday morning. The credit union is moving from the longtime location on Loop 306 at Blue Ridge Drive. That location will cease operations Saturday. Texas Trust will keep that building, though, for future projects. You can read more on sanangelolive.com. And the city of San Angelo today announced that repaving of North Chadbourne Street will finally begin Monday, January 8th. According to the city, the $6.2 million project will include utility work and repaving the road surface from 7th Street there at Loop 306 all the way out to 43rd Street past Coliseum Drive. City officials stressed, though, that contractors will stop work during the San Angelo Stock Show in February and the historic San Angelo Rodeo in April. The project is expected to be completed in October of this year. Read more on sanangelolive.com. And a new Whataburger restaurant in front of the Kohl's location near Sam's Club on Sherwood Way is nearing completion and will open soon. The new Whataburger restaurant will be open 24 hours a day and feature all the menu favorites. This will be the 4th Whataburger in San Angelo, joining the one on North Bryant at 19th Street, Sherwood Way at Avenue N, and that one over on Knickerbocker Road near Southland. And the Veterans Memorial Bridge across Lake Nasworthy is undergoing some serious maintenance work and repairs, and has been reduced to 2 very narrow lanes by contractors for the Texas Department of Transportation San Angelo District. According to TxDOT, crews installed temporary concrete lane barriers, narrowing the lane in each direction to only 10 feet 7 inches wide. Traffic was backed up several times Thursday while crews installed those barriers. Motorists are urged to drive with caution across that bridge or avoid the area altogether for the next few months if at all possible. For more on that story, read the article on sanangelolive.com. Turning to weather, it looks like temperatures will top out around 56 degrees this afternoon. Tonight, expect clear skies and light winds, and that will let overnight temperatures drop to the upper 20s. Saturday through Thursday, the focus will be on increasing winds. Strong south winds will develop by Sunday afternoon. By Monday night, look for winds to shift to the northwest and increase to 40 to 45 miles per hour. There will be a very slight chance of precipitation in the northern big country early next week, but the Concho Valley should remain dry. And stay with us. We'll have an interview segment followed by sports. First, though, here's a word from the Bass Bunch.
If you're looking for a spacious SUV, this is probably a top pick. The rear spoiler and the roof rack just add to give it a sportier and more polished look. Oh, did I mention we discounted it $6,000 off MSRP?
Get a new 24 Nissan Murano Platinum and get $6,000 off MSRP. Jim Bass Nissan, Houston Hart at Arden Road, or 24/7 at bassbunch.com.
Don't you just love it?
No Limits Monster Trucks and Thrill Show. Saturday, January 6 p.m. at Foster Communications Coliseum. Monster Truck Superstars. Plus, Big Ed Beckley in a motorcycle jump over cars with a passenger. Discount tickets at stubwire.com or before the show at the Coliseum box office.
Several high school basketball teams across the Concho Valley are in action tonight, with many playing key district matchups that will have district championship and playoff implications down the road. Notably, the Central Lady Cats open up district play against the state-ranked Friendship Lady Tigers. This will be an incredibly tough matchup for the ladies tonight, but with sound defense and few turnovers, Central has a shot to open up district with a win. On the boys' side, the Miles Bulldogs travel to Mertzen to play the Erie County Hornets as the ranked 1A team tries to take down a 2A opponent on their home court. Other notable matchups include TLCA versus Clyde, Ozona versus Sterling City, and Wall versus Ballinger. There will be plenty of entertaining action going on tonight, so go out and support our local high school athletes as they compete for a district championship. Most girls' games start in the 6 o'clock hour, while the boys will start immediately after. And for more sports around the Concho Valley and beyond, be sure to check in every day at sanangelolive.com/news/sports.
So we were on vacation, family vacation, having a good time, and we get the call.
I mean, it was a river. It was a river in our house. That's the big thing, is we kept wondering, how bad is it?
It was devastating. I was like numb. It's like, how are we going to handle all this? What are we going to do? And they called Carpet Tech, and they were here within 20 minutes. One of my questions was, yes, it needs to happen, but how does it need to happen for the insurance? That was all handled, and so that was another load off of my shoulders and made me feel like we were in good hands.
No Limits Monster Trucks and Thrill Show. Saturday, January 6 p.m. at Foster Communications Coliseum. Monster Truck Superstars. Plus, Big Ed Beckley in a motorcycle jump over cars with a passenger. Discount tickets at stubwire.com or before the show at the Coliseum box office.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us. It's Matt Catrier with San Angelo Live. Today we have another special guest for you. So this is Luis Urtega. How do you say it again?
Luis Urtega. You got it right.
Cool.
Thank you, guys. Thank
yes,
you.
He's the general manager of Myers Drug.
Here in San Angelo.
Here in San Angelo, which of course has been around for a very long time. It's been under new ownership now for since 2018? Right?
2017.
2017.
2017, yeah.
Cool. And they're doing some really interesting stuff, guys. And so we're just going to talk a little bit about what they offer, what they do, what you can get now when you go to Myers Drug that's a little bit different. And so I'm going to let Luis here start it off. So tell us a little bit about it.
So first off, thank you to the public that's watching us today. Shout out. Buenos dias, buenas tardes. Hello to everybody. And thank you for the invitation. They called us out to see what we could talk about whenever we call New Year's resolutions. There's one at the top of the list of everybody, right?
Yeah.
And that is New Year, healthier me, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Let's try to become
better
diet,
supplements,
better version.
workout. Yeah.
And I was like, sure, we can do that, because there's two things that would play a positive impact in whatever your goals are for the new year whenever it comes to healthier you. Number one is going to be, of course, our specialized compounded medication. Our specialized compounded medication is unique. You're not going to find it anywhere else. Our in-house formulas.
Yep.
And then number two is going to be our supplements.
Cool.
Now, I'm open to talking about either of those. I'll kind of ask you which one you want me to talk about
Let's
first.
do it. So let's do this. Let's first talk about the two different the ones that are made in-house.
Okay.
It's compound prescriptions or medication, and then we'll get into supplements a little more. So first off, tell us, what is a compound prescription or medication? What is
I love that. Let's start with the definition. I'm very much okay. A compounded medication is a prescription medication that is not commercially available, right? Or the certain strength is not on market, or is currently not commercially available because the provider, manufacturer can keep up with the demand. We have the opportunity of making it for it. The simplest example that happened was during COVID, hand sanitizer. We were able to make hand sanitizer because nobody, right? That would be considered a simple example, but of course, in compounded, it'd be with a prescription medication. And when it comes to weight loss, the main medications that are out there that help curb appetite and curb cravings is a combination of phentermine and topiramate, right? But we're able to make these capsules off of the suggestions of several providers that we have direct relationships with.
Ooh, that's interesting. I want to talk about that more in a minute. That's cool.
Yeah, and we add some of our secret sauce that we communicate with the providers on different formulas that have natural supplements to help amplify what the medicine already does. And we can modify the strengths depending on what your body responds to. Reader Digest phentermine kind of increases your metabolism, right? And I'm going to be very, very non-detailed, just generic about what I'm saying. But a lot of times it could speed up your heart.
Right.
So if you just happen to be one of those people that are a little bit more sensitive to that, we can decrease the dose to where you don't get that side effect.
You know what's interesting about that, seriously, is so one time I tried phentermine for weight loss, and mine was it wasn't like a lot of weight I needed to lose, but I wanted to try it. And you know what was interesting is I got bad anxiety from it. So would that help with that? You could kind of customize. Dude, that's cool.
Yes. Okay. And not only that, combining it, it's a very well-known fact that a large amount of studies have shown that topiramate, which is another prescription medication, that sometimes is combined in the commercial form in certain strengths with phentermine, help take away those cravings.
Okay.
I mean, patients on topiramate that are high soft drink users say that soft drink tastes terrible now.
Wow, interesting. Okay.
But the side effect of topiramate not dosed or whenever the body's too sensitive to it, it like gives you a brain fog.
Okay.
Or it might slow you down a little bit.
Yeah.
So working with a compounded pharmacy, for all our providers out there that don't work with us, I invite you to call us. And for the providers that already do, and making a special formula where we can adjust, hey, this person isn't sensitive to phentermine, we can have a certain dose, but they're sensitive to topiramate, we'll decrease the dose. And then we'll talk about our secret sauces to the providers on what other natural supplements we can put into these capsules to kind of help boost the medications and boost your body, making it a perfect example of giving you that oomph that you need to get you on the right track. Right. To get you on the right track, because at the end of the day, being able to eat properly, exercise is the secret sauce. Right?
That's right. Yeah.
But using a provider, it's a well-known fact that whenever you have weight loss guided by a medical provider, you're a lot higher. Your success rate is a lot higher.
Makes sense.
I think they said about 67% higher.
Yeah. Wow. So that's what's cool about this to me, especially, is you said that it's backed by providers. So you're constantly in counsel and communication. You get advice from medical professionals.
Yes.
Which is not something you find everywhere, guys, whenever you're looking for quality supplements. Believe me.
Yeah.
I'm not to diss anyone at all, but being in the fitness and supplement industry for over 12 years now, especially supplements, a lot of supplement places, you get somebody who's been trained for a few months on supplements and kind of know the basics, and then you're out the door with some prepackaged supplement. A customizable supplement backed by medical professionals in San Angelo, that is pretty unique.
We are who we are in compounding medicine thanks to a large group of providers that believe in us, allow us to help their patients out. A lot of times what we do is bridge that gap because we are known for being the compounders. They'll call us. We'll ask them, who's your provider? If they don't have one, we'll give a list of suggestions. And then they take off to the races. Okay. And we start having those conversations, right? Nice. And I just hinted at one of several things that we can do in the compounding world. But if we continue, we could spend the whole 2 hours.
I'm sure, yeah.
And there's also a big category that a lot of people don't realize, and that's in the actual supplement area.
Okay. Yeah.
You made mention of something that's very important. Supplements are not regulated the same way medications
That's
are.
right. They're not FDA approved, right? Most of the time.
The FDA is only going to look at to make sure that their label is correct.
Right.
And they're going to make sure that it doesn't have anything that they're not supposed to have. But in all fairness, they're not going to make sure if that capsule is a sugar capsule or if it's your vitamin D that they're asking. So this is a disadvantage that sometimes we have whenever we provide really good supplements, because of course our supplements are going to be at a higher cost.
Okay.
Right? Because our supplements are going to be all regulated. What that means is the companies that we tailor up with have independent agencies, and we get certificate of analysis of what that supplement is.
Nice.
We look at their bioavailability. We look at their metabolism. We look at the whole 9 yards to be able to know if I'm telling you that this supplement is a vitamin D 5,000 units, international units. you're getting 5,000 international units.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And whenever you go maybe to other places that their companies don't do that, that's why it's easier for them to sell you 1,000 count.
That's right.
Of vitamin D.
Let me just
for
touch on
$3.
something there.
Yeah.
So this is really interesting because let's say you go out and you buy a generic protein powder, maybe one that's, decent,
Yeah.
He talked a little bit about bioavailability or also bioabsorption. How much is your body actually absorbing of the whatever it is, let's say the protein? Oftentimes with a product that's just kind of baseline, prepackaged, they sell it in mass, you're only going to digest and use about 60 to 65% of that
if
protein.
you're lucky.
Yeah. And so a high quality product like that's formulated in-house, you could potentially absorb over 90% of the protein, which is really cool.
So we stick to a lot of supplements, and the supplements that come to mind whenever it comes to weight loss, I think you're a perfect example to tell me if I'm lying or not, is vitamin D. Having proper levels of vitamin D are indispensable. Zinc.
Yep.
Zinc is indispensable. During the wintertime, having vitamin C just helps you stay up to par. A good multivitamin. A lot of people don't realize, and this is something I take personally because this is something that helps me out. Whenever we're overweight, whenever we're on the other spectrum, our liver doesn't break down supplements or vitamins the same way.
Yeah.
And we carry a brand that's called Nutrient 950 that has already the broken down versions of all your vitamins, specifically vitamin B12, guys.
Nice.
Vitamin B12 is essential. And most supplements are going to have it as cyanocobalamin. That means it has to go through your liver, get broken down to become active, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But not our Nutrient 950. That one's going to have the methylcobalamin.
Okay.
So you get the energy boost. It doesn't matter what situation your liver's at. And that's just one of several B vitamins that's already in this active version.
Okay, yeah.
And for those that y'all follow and live the life, you hear all the gurus talk about you have to be on a good methylated multivitamin.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's what they say, right?
Yeah.
Methylated multivitamin. Well, you have it here at Myers.
Nice.
We have it with Nutrient 950, several other supplements. The one that comes to mind for everybody and anybody that wants to reset themselves is ashwagandha.
Oh yeah, dude. Talk about that a little bit.
And it's a natural supplement. It's in a family called adaptogen. And we also have rhodiola. We have an Adapt-All that has both ashwagandha and rhodiola, which both are adaptogens, or just ashwagandha alone. But imagine ashwagandha being the best way to give your body a version of, recuperating and also kind of mellowing out. For anybody that's lifting weights and you're not taking ashwagandha, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Right.
You're really doing yourself a disservice.
Totally believe that.
Because it improves the muscle mass within 3 months of use.
Wow.
And there's
that's
studies out there
crazy.
that show that.
Nice.
So being able to understand those concepts, that you have to. There's always a starting point. Not a lot of us start at a good point, but if you try to give yourself the best tools possible, whether that's medically guided and we can help you compound it, whether that's with supplements, we want Myers Drug to be your first choice. Come talk to us. Come talk to a specialist, and we'll try to help you reach those goals.
Yeah. Man, that's cool. What a valuable resource right here in San Angelo.
Yes.
I mean, especially if you're doing any kind of, like you said, New Year's resolution where you're trying to be better, get in shape, lose weight, increase lean body mass, whatever your goals are, if they're related to this, I would highly advise stopping by Myers Drug, because being able to talk to people who are not only educated on it, but that can provide a quality product to you locally, I mean, that is just huge. So that's pretty cool.
And if we don't have the answers because it happens, we have a huge team behind us.
Nice, yeah.
There's providers that we can talk to, there's health professionals, there's other pharmacists, there's associations that we're with that we can try to figure something out.
Cool.
I've always said, and if you're not the person, because a lot of us aren't, that are looking to a better health or doing, but you just want more energy, you have to be on the core 4.
Okay.
The core 4 for anybody that just wants to get a little umph, maybe with being a little bit lazier.
Yeah.
It's a good multivitamin.
Oh, cool.
Right?
Okay.
Vitamin D.
All right.
Your omega.
Nice.
Right?
Omega-3s, cool.
And
all right.
a good probiotic.
Nice.
Which all of those you're going to find at Myers Drug. Not all probiotics are the same, guys. I keep on saying our probiotics on the fridge because we want to keep our microorganisms alive.
So does this have anything to do with, you hear the term liposomal, which is the delivery system basically where it's delivered to the cells more efficiently, is from what I understand. Liposomal vitamin C, for instance, is...
We do carry liposomal vitamins. They're a little bit more expensive.
Yeah.
There is a theory on... all right, let's nerd out. You want to nerd
Yeah,
out
let's
just
try.
a little
Yeah,
bit?
I'll
Okay.
try, yeah.
All right. So if anybody remembers histology, whenever we're talking about, and maybe even biochem, liposomes are going to be these little vesicles within the cell that kind of get into the membrane as a bubble and then open out, or open up and then grab whatever is out there
Okay, yeah.
and bring it in. That's liposomal. So the whole trend with liposomal micronutrients is trying to amplify that. They're already set up in such a way so that your cells can ingest it, because one thing is it for it to make it in your bloodstream, and another thing is for it to make it into your cell.
Digestive system. Yeah.
Yeah, and the idea is to make all micronutrients make it into your cell.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So bioavailability usually looks at serum or blood to see how much made it into your bloodstream.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So there's a new trend with liposomal to see how much of it, or to amplify the absorption into the cell.
Yeah.
Because once it makes it into the cell, that's where the Krebs cycle happens.
Yep.
That's where the mitochondria give you the energy.
The good stuff.
That's where the
yeah.
biochem happens, right?
Nice.
Hey, okay, let's go
Do you
back.
have a background in that?
My background is it's there. It's there. It's I do know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I
no,
love
obviously,
this
yeah,
stuff,
but I didn't know if you'd like studied that for years.
I
go to
did.
university or something.
I did. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
For
Nice, dude.
several things.
Yeah.
Having said that, there's gonna be the liposomal category is there for our guys, and we'll take care of you if what you're looking is for something basic, and we'll take care of you if what you're looking for is specific. We could check your levels. We could take it to the point to where you are getting taken care of, that you know what your vitamin D level is. You know why you're taking so many, you know, and we could set you up in that way. You know if you're going to take liposomal, or, hey man, I need a good multivitamin. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I don't want to wake up in the morning. I need something to get me started. Like, let's get you started.
Yeah.
And the reason the question came is because you're asking about probiotics that are in the fridge.
Yeah.
Well, liposomal is going to be different than probiotics that are in the fridge. Probiotics are going to be those microorganisms that good bacteria that's supposed to live in our intestinal tract, which doesn't. And we're trying to get it because we don't get it from the food that we eat. Because,
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I'll talk about myself. We all eat terrible, right?
Yeah.
Barbecue is
Right.
a bomb.
Yeah, dude, I love it,
Fast food is what we live off here,
Yeah.
right? Having said all that, probiotics that are in the fridge give the body the opportunity to the microorganisms still alive in there. It's kind of dormant because of the temperature.
Makes sense.
You're not killing it at room temperature. You take it. Most of our probiotics come with prebiotic, which is a fancy way of saying it has food in the capsule to keep it alive.
Oh, wow.
You take
Okay.
it,
Yeah.
and then it sets up shop in your intestinal tract.
Nice. Yeah.
Now, when it's setting up shop, that's why the recommendation is take it at night.
Okay.
Because when you go to sleep, you don't eat, so your digestive tract slows down.
Ah, yeah.
And it gives it a chance, better chance.
Get to work and
to
do its
set up
thing.
shop.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And something that a lot of people don't realize, and they need to, is that you need to switch your probiotics every 3 months.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yes.
So it's sort of one of those things where your body adapts to it and becomes used to it, and it doesn't work as well over time.
No, every probiotic has its own formula, patented formula that they're giving you in capsules.
Yeah.
So they're going to have certain microorganisms, but in our body, in a normal body, we're going to have bajillions, and I know that's not a real number, but billions of microorganisms that aren't going to be there. So by cycling through, you're trying to give yourself.
There's so many different.
There you go,
dude. I didn't know that.
I know
that's cool.
It's a lot of people don't understand that.
Wow.
That has to be in the fridge. That ideally you take it. Like if you're somebody that works at night, you're not going to take your probiotic.
Right. Obviously.
Take it when you're going to go to sleep. When you're going to go to sleep at least 6 to 8 hours. That way, hopefully, it gives it a better chance to set up shop.
Gotcha.
And if it's in the fridge, hopefully it's better. Right.
Cool. Yeah. All right.
Look for those certificate of analysis. Look for good quality probiotics, supplements. Look for compounding pharmacies that are accredited, that know what they're doing. It's different whenever you have a full-blown lab than if you're just doing it next to the pharmacy kitchen sink.
Right.
Stuff like that.
Well, cool, man. This is terrific. So is there anything else, Luis, that you'd like to touch on? You want to tell us where, just in case some people might not know where Myers Drug is located?
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, the other couple of things that we're here to serve, we have a beautiful HME section, which that's home medical equipment, lift chairs, gift area, boutique. I call that the Pearl of downtown. And we are located at 29 South Chadbourne in the corner of Beauregard and Chadbourne Street. It's that beautiful building that's right down in the middle, right next to Beauregard. We're waiting. We're ready to serve you any way we can. And we're grateful for all our patients that continue to trust us and that we can help them. Yeah.
Absolutely. And one last thing, what days are you open and what are your hours?
Yes. So we're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 6.
Okay.
And then Saturdays, with the exception of the pharmacy is closed on Saturdays.
Okay.
But Saturdays we're open 10 to 2, our front end, which includes supplements.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay. Wonderful. Well, guys, you heard it here. I mean, this guy knows what he's talking about, and we're grateful to have him in studio to educate us and to educate you guys and to provide San Angelo with a really good resource when it comes to your health. So go check him out, guys. Thank you so much.
Muchas gracias a todos. Y'all have a great day,
We
guys.
appreciate you, and back to you guys.
If you have been injured, call J. Chandler Law. You want an honest partner who will tell it to you straight. A proven advocate right here in town. Together, let's hold them accountable.
No Limits Monster Trucks and Thrills Show. Saturday, January 6 p.m. at Foster Communications Coliseum. Monster Truck Superstars. Plus, Big Ed Beckley in a motorcycle jump over cars with a passenger. Discount tickets at stubwire.com or before the show at the Coliseum box office.
Hey, guys. Well, thank you very much for that interview. That was very informative. Now we're going to do an interview. We have an interview for you guys with local entrepreneur and multi-business owner James Pettit. Yesterday we got to speak with James, who owns San Angelo Limousine Company. He's actually selling, and actually he's sold the company. It's been sold. The new owners will take over probably next week. I think it will remain San Angelo Limousine Company. And Pettit has also sold a couple other businesses that he has, all due to something that happened to him that really altered his entire life and his perspective. So check this out. Hey guys, it's Matt Catrier with San Angelo Live. Thanks for joining us today. We're actually outside of studio with a very special guest. Today we have entrepreneur, San Angelo entrepreneur and multi-business owner James Pettit, good friend of mine also.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about something that's going on in his life we're actually sitting in one of his limousines. And so James, tell us a little bit about this limousine and about your company.
Thank you. So this is San Angelo Limousine. We're actually sitting in our Super Stretch Escalade that we have. This limousine particular holds up to 14 people. It's one of our most populars. We do a lot of quinceañeras, birthdays, weddings, and just getaways that have large groups of people. We've been doing this about 10 years now.
Nice.
We used to run Royal Limousine Company here in San Angelo, and it ended up becoming San Angelo Limousine, which it is today. And we have 3 vehicles, and we service not only the Concho Valley, but we service all of like Sonora, all the outlying communities as well. So we go all over this region of Texas, and it's been a really good company, and it's been a really fun ride.
Yeah. Well, I know that we've heard nothing but great things about your limousine company. Friends who've gone to, like you said, quinceañeras, to proms, to weddings, everything. It's kind of the go-to place for that. But something that's very interesting, and if you know James and you know kind of about his story, you know a couple things. One thing that you know is that James is an entrepreneur through and through, and there's really no task or nothing that he won't take on when he puts his mind to it. And so we've seen James do a lot of different things in San Angelo and for San Angelo. Limousine company just being one of them. But if you know James, he did go through quite a traumatic experience, something that really changed his life, and I'm going to let you talk about that a little bit, James.
I did. So last year, my family and I, but I ended up having to have emergency open heart surgery. I found out that I had a coronary artery disease, and I was given a really limited time to fix it, to be able to stay around and be a part of San Angelo. And so I had to make some pretty big decisions at that point in time on what we wanted to do. And after having open heart surgery, within 72 hours of finding out what had taken place and what was going on, after the surgery, the doctor sat down and they said, James, we know that you do a lot of stuff, but it's time for you to kind of calm down a little bit. It's time for you to take a different direction in life. And I love being an entrepreneur. I love running businesses. I love running multiple companies, but they come with their amount of stress. They come with their amount of responsibility that can truly weigh a person down.
Yeah.
And it's just something that, for me, it's just everyday part of life of what we do.
Yeah.
But it's also time to go a different direction. And so we've decided to kind of lay down a lot of the things we were doing. We own Pettit Productions, and we do bridal shows all over West Texas, and we have let go of all the ones that are out of San Angelo.
Wow.
We just focus on San Angelo now. But we've decided to let go of San Angelo Limousine as a whole. Even though, this is one of my favorite companies, and we love it, and we have built it up, and there's nothing better for me than San Angelo Limousine, because every single engagement we have with our customers is a good engagement.
Yeah.
It's a birthday. It's a quinceañera. It is, a ladies' night out.
Yeah.
It's a wedding. Everything is always a good moment with this company.
Yeah.
And I have grown to absolutely love it, and being a part of all of our customers' special day has been great for me. But our time has come to let it go.
Yeah.
And so we posted it 2 weeks ago that we were going to go ahead and sell this company, and as of yesterday, it is sold.
Wow.
It is sold.
That's incredible. Yeah. So the limousine company has sold. Do you know if they'll be keeping the same name, or are you not sure?
They will. So
Okay.
San Angelo Limousine will live on.
All right. That's awesome. Yes. I mean, it's very interesting to hear that, sometimes an event like that, something that is life-changing, that's scary, that not only you go through, but obviously your whole family goes through, can give you perspective. And in this case, it's one of those deals where I know for you, like, it's exciting. It's kind of part of who you are, to have multiple businesses and to serve the community in multiple ways. And so I think it's really interesting to see you kind of pull back, but not necessarily to stop, providing for the community and for other people, but just to rechannel your energy into something different.
Yes.
And go full force into that. And did you want to talk a little bit about what you plan to do?
Yeah, so, it was after my surgery, I just had an epiphany that I wanted to help other people. I don't know if it was a midlife crisis, and an open heart surgery will do that to you.
Yeah.
But I decided at that point that if I was going to lay down the things that I loved, I was going to pick up something that I enjoyed just as much. And so I am back in college.
Nice.
At 41 years old, and I'm trying to finalize my radiology degree.
Nice.
And I'm trying to steer towards a career in interventional radiology or cardiology, so that I can help others with the same issues live a little longer.
Yeah. Man, that's cool. That's really inspiring. To take your energy and refocus it into something that not only matters to you, but they can literally change other people's lives and save other people's lives is pretty cool. Man, I think that's cool, and I think there's a lot of exciting things coming. I don't think that you've seen the last of. I know that James has some other things in the works as well, of course. So be on the lookout for that. Anything else you want to discuss while we're here?
No, just follow your passions.
Yeah.
And live life. You never know when it takes a left-hand turn. So do the best that you can do, and make sure you're happy doing it.
Man, isn't that the truth? That's pretty cool. Make every day count, and like James says, follow what you're passionate about and live life. That's cool. Well, thanks, guys. We'll go back to the studio now. Appreciate it. Thanks.
When it comes to unique pieces you can't find anywhere else, Kano's Diamonds and Coins is your one-stop shop. With over 24 years in the diamond and coin industry, Kano's Diamonds and Coins is West Texas's choice for diamonds, jewelry, coins, silver, and gold. Owner Bill Kano stands by his work and offers free consultations, including estate jewelry. Don't just trust anyone with your valuables. Come see the staff at Kano's at 1016 West Beauregard in San Angelo.
And that's our show for today. Thanks for watching, and remember, you can always read all those news stories anytime on SanAngeloLive.com. Thanks for making us the #1 news source in the Concho Valley. We'll see you next week.